Redfish Rocks, the most southern Oregon Marine Reserve site, is located just offshore from the small fishing community of Port Orford and is easily identified by its 5 iconic sea stacks. This protected area is ecologically and socially significant because of the habitats provided to native fish and wildlife, its scenic beauty, and historical connection to the local community. This marine reserve, a no-take zone, is small, just 2.6 square miles in size. It also has an associated marine protected area for groundfish and other marine animals. Though small, this area is rich in habitats and is host to kelp forest, rocky reefs, and sandy bottom. These habitats provide home to many marine animals, including many species of rockfish. Redfish Rocks gets its name from the several species of red-colored rockfish that are found here.
There's a lot of different rockfish we'll see out here, but it's famous for the redfish, the vermilion, the yellow eye. Those are the ones that I think the guys used to target the most before it was a reserve. So that's part of the reason that they picked this spot, is because they'd like to see those fish come back. Rockfish are really unique because not only do they give birth to live young, which is kind of rare for fish, but they live to be really old. And some of these rockfish, like the rough eye, can live close to 200 years old. And some of the fish that they're getting here in Port Orford can range from 50 to 120 years old. So it's really important to have places where we're not catching these fish, because as they get older, they produce more young, exponentially more as they get older. So that's really important to have a place where we're not killing them.
Scientists are conducting research to learn more about the animals that thrive in this biologically diverse ecosystem. Learning more about fish species, population sizes, and their movements in and out of the marine reserve are a high priority. Using a technique known as acoustic telemetry, researchers are tracking the movement of adult fishes to learn how much time they spend in the protected marine reserve. Larval or baby rockfish are carried away in ocean currents. Researchers track these currents and the larval fish carried by them to learn how these fish are dispersing to surrounding habitats. Using SMRFs, standardized monitoring units for the recruitment of fishes or baby fish traps, researchers capture juvenile fish to learn which species and how many individuals are using the marine reserve at this early stage in their life cycle. Together, these efforts are deepening our understanding of the lives of the fishes of Redfish Rocks.
My name is Christian Aiello. I've lived here in Port Orford since 1978. Been a commercial fisherman the whole time. We've always felt it was important to involve ourselves in how we managed those resources. For me, it was basically commercial fishing as it related to, from both the state and the federal level, the new mandate from the Magnuson-Stevens Act. So it brought us all into this kind of a group where we had to focus on getting it right in terms of managing these resources. Well, I'd like to break it down into that kind of perspective, 10, 15, 20 years. Within 10 years, that's the minimum you need even to develop baseline data. And from that point forward, 15 and 20 years, even 30 years, we have to keep the commitment up in terms of financing and gathering of that data. And then we can start making decisions and managing with what the resources is actually telling us.
The Redfish Rocks community team is an organized group of stakeholders with interest in stewardship of natural resources, the fishing community, and land-sea connection. The team is engaged in the integration of the Redfish Rocks Marine Reserve and the local community with the goal of strengthening the long-term health of both. The community team works with Oregon State University, ODFW, and other agency and institutional partners to support research, education, and recreational opportunities at the reserve. Other members of the community team are involved in providing citizen science opportunities such as water quality monitoring, marine debris monitoring surveys, and other hands-on stewardship activities, helping connect the individuals in this community to this important resource. The story of Redfish Rocks continues to unfold, both in the sea and on land. The long-term success of Redfish Rocks Marine Reserve ultimately depends on the investment in research and monitoring activities, as well as the engagement of the local community, building both a stewardship ethic and economy around this special place.